1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister has vowed to take action against those responsible for sugar and wheat price hike after receiving a detailed forensic report. The federal government is providing cash assistance of 12,000 rupees to over 12 million deserving families to stave off the negative impacts of the lockdown against COVID-19. Pakistan has sought the assistance of the United Nations for Afghan refugees facing problems in the wake of coronavirus pandemic. In occupied Kashmir, the Indian troops, in their fresh act of state terrorism, martyred 5 more Kashmiri youths, bringing the total to 9 over the past 24 hours. In Palestine, the Islamic Jihad movement has urged the international community not to remain silent over Palestinians imprisoned in Israeli prisons amid the coronavirus pandemic. The death toll from coronavirus infection across the world has risen to 65,834 and around 1.2 million have fallen ill. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan has reiterated his determination to take action against those responsible for sugar and wheat price hike after receiving a detailed forensic report on the 25th of this month. In a tweet, he said it is unprecedented in the country's history that preliminary reports into sudden price hike of these commodities have been released without alteration. The Prime Minister said previously the political clout with vested interests lacked the moral courage to order and make such reports public. The Special Assistant to the Prime Minister on Information and Broadcasting, Dr. Firdaus Ashik Awan, says the federal government's relief package of 200 billion rupees is an effort to facilitate the poor people affected by the lockdown. Talking to newspersons in Sialkot today, she said steps are also being taken to ensure the safety of health workers, doctors, and provision of relief to the daily wagers. Dr. Firdaus Ashik Awan said the Prime Minister has fulfilled his promise by making an inquiry report on wheat and sugar crises public. She said appropriate action will be taken against culprits in accordance with the law. She further said the Prime Minister has zero tolerance against corruption and the accountability process will continue. The federal government is providing cash assistance of 12,000 rupees to over 12 million deserving families under the SR's Emergency Cash Program in the wake of COVID-19. This was stated by the Special Assistant on Poverty Alleviation and Social Safety, Dr. Sania Nishtar, while speaking at a news briefing in Islamabad today. Sania Nishtar said it is a one-time assistance and 144 billion rupees have been allocated for the purpose. She said the quota for all the federating units, including Gilgit-Baltistan and Azad Kashmir, has been allocated as per census. The Special Assistant said the existing Kafalat beneficiaries who are getting regular cash transfer of 2,000 rupees per month will be given additional 1,000 rupees. Hence, they too will get a tranche of 12,000 rupees covering 4 months. The Minister for States and Frontier Regions, Shahryar Khan Afridi, has sought the assistance of the United Nations and the international community for Afghan refugees living in Pakistan and facing problems due to coronavirus pandemic. He was talking to media after installing a walk-through sanitation booth at the Afghan refugee camp in Islamabad today. The minister warned against developing human crisis in Afghan refugees camps due to prolonged lockdown situation amidst the coronavirus outbreak. Shahryar Khan Afridi said on his request the Prime Minister Imran Khan has already directed formation of a special relief package for the Afghan refugees despite financial difficulties faced by the country. The Pakistan Navy has distributed ration amongst thousands of deserving families in different parts of the country, including the coastal and creek areas. According to the spokesperson of the Pakistan Navy, the ration was distributed among low-income employees of various organizations in Karachi as well as fishermen of suburbs. Residents of shanty towns in Islamabad and Lahore have also been provided with essential items. Pakistan's ambassador to China, Naghmana Hashmi, has said all the projects being completed under the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor framework would meet the deadlines. Speaking in a program of China Global Television, she said, in consultation with the Chinese government and companies, we have put in place a double quarantine system for Chinese workers returning to Pakistan. She said the first phase of CPAC is almost near to completion, as 90% of the projects are already commissioned and the remaining were only months away from the finishing point. The total number of confirmed coronavirus infection in the country have reached 22,899. These included 1,163 cases in the Punjab, 881 in Sindh, 372 in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, 185 in Balochistan, 78 in Islamabad, 206 in Gilgit-Baltistan, and 14 cases in Azad Kashmir. 170 patients have recovered, while 45 have died. The government has enhanced testing facilities, and a total of 34,885 tests have so far been conducted. Isolation facilities have been established in 462 hospitals across Pakistan with a capacity of 7,295 beds. This is Radio Pakistan. The Minister for Kashmir Affairs Ali Amin Gandapur has strongly condemned the latest spree of Indian state terrorism in occupied Kashmir. In a statement, he said the Indian forces are committing genocide of Kashmiris in the Hill Valley to suppress their peaceful struggle for their inalienable right to self-determination. The minister said, at a time when the entire world is fighting the coronavirus pandemic, the Indian government is busy in a conspiracy to change the demographic status of occupied Kashmir. He reiterated Pakistan's resolve to raise the Indian brutalities and illegal actions at all world fora. In occupied Kashmir, the Indian troops, in their fresh act of state terrorism, martyred 5 more youths, bringing the total to 9 over the past 24 hours. The youths were killed during a military operation in Karan area of Kupwara district. Earlier, the Indian troops killed 4 youths in Hardmanguri area of Kulgam district yesterday. Thousands of people defying curfew-like restrictions participated in the funeral prayers of the martyred youths in different areas of Kulgam. The Hurriyat leaders and organizations including Shabbir Ahmad Dar, Umar Adil Dar, and Islami Tanzeem-e-Azadi in their separate statements paid glowing tributes to the martyred youths. The death toll from coronavirus infection across the world has risen to almost 65,834, and around 1.2 million have fallen ill. The United States has the world's highest number of known cases of COVID-19, with 306,000 people tested positive and over 8,454 have died. White House medical experts have forecast that between 100,000 to 240,000 Americans could be killed in the pandemic, even if sweeping orders to stay home are followed. In China, a total of 81,639 confirmed COVID-19 cases had been reported, and 3,329 people had died of the disease. Meanwhile, in Britain, 4,313, Spain, 12,418, and Iran, 3,603 people have died so far. The International Monetary Fund says a new measure of global uncertainty around coronavirus has surged to a record high. According to a blog by IMF, it warned of periods of lower growth and tighter financial conditions due to continuing pandemic. It urged increased coordinated action to boost confidence and providing stability to the global economy. The world's largest randomized clinical trial of potential coronavirus treatments is well underway in the United Kingdom as part of the race to find a treatment. A British government statement said a number of promising treatments are being tested, and if the science supports it, it will be given to patients as quickly as possible. British Health and Social Care Secretary Matt Hancock said the coronavirus outbreak is the biggest public health emergency in a generation, and we are doing everything we can to fight it on all fronts through our evidence-based action plan. The Organisation of Islamic Cooperation will organise an emergency video conference meeting of OIC's Steering Ministerial Committee on Health on combating coronavirus on Thursday. The meeting will discuss the member states' efforts to tackle the challenges sparked by COVID-19 outbreak. In Palestine, Islamic Jihad movement has urged the international community not to remain silent over Palestinians imprisoned in Israeli prisons amid coronavirus pandemic. In a statement, members of the political bureau of group said despite COVID-19 outbreak, the international community is still silent over the worst crimes against humanity. And finally, the weather. Mainly dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, rain thunderstorm is expected at isolated places in the Pothohar region, Islamabad, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and Kashmir. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link, facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.